Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today, diving into a topic that's both fascinating and vital. Now, life is like a game of chess. Strategy and timing matter. And when it comes to relationships, there are certain moves we should make with great care, especially in what we reveal to others. Today, we'll explore the 3 things women should never reveal to men and the principles behind them. Let's get into it. When it comes to relationships, understanding the delicate balance between openness and discretion is crucial. Vulnerability is a beautiful and powerful trait, but like any powerful tool, it must be used wisely. There is an art to revealing oneself to others, a balance that preserves dignity while fostering connection. One of the most critical lessons in this art is to avoid revealing all your weaknesses, especially early in a relationship or without a deep foundation of trust. Relationships thrive on mutual respect, admiration, and a sense of shared purpose. When one party lays bare every insecurity, fear, or unresolved struggle too soon, it can create unintended consequences. Vulnerability should be a bridge, not a chasm. It's the difference between saying, "I trust you enough to let you see this part of me, and here are all my wounds, please heal me." The former fosters closeness, while the latter risks burdening the other person or diminishing their perception of you. Human nature is such that we often admire strength, resilience, and the ability to handle adversity. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect, far from it, but it does mean you should strive to demonstrate that you are actively working on your challenges, rather than being overwhelmed by them. For example, sharing that you've struggled with self-doubt but have learned techniques to manage it shows growth and effort. On the other hand, constantly expressing your fears without context or resolution can make others question your stability or self-awareness. There is also a psychological principle at play when it comes to how people perceive each other. When you reveal too much about your vulnerabilities, especially early on, it can shift the dynamic in a relationship. What begins as mutual respect can sometimes turn into pity or even an unspoken sense of superiority. This is not to say that others will always consciously judge or take advantage of this knowledge, but it's important to consider the power dynamics that can arise from oversharing. Protecting your self-worth requires discerning when and how to reveal your struggles. Furthermore, oversharing weaknesses too soon can create a lopsided emotional investment. When one person becomes the bearer of another's burdens without a reciprocal exchange, it can lead to feelings of imbalance. The other person may feel obligated to act as a caretaker or problem solver, which is not the healthiest foundation for a relationship. Instead of building connection, excessive vulnerability can create emotional fatigue and even resentment over time. Maintaining a degree of mystery about your inner struggles is not about being deceitful or playing games. It's about fostering an environment where respect and admiration can flourish. Think of your life as a house. When someone visits for the first time, you don't immediately show them the cluttered attic or the basement in need of repairs. Instead, you guide them through the well-lit, inviting spaces that represent the best of who you are. Over time, as trust deepens and the relationship strengthens, you may choose to show them those less polished areas. But by then, the foundation of understanding and mutual respect has already been established. Another consideration is how you frame your challenges when you do decide to share them. Weaknesses, when presented as areas of growth or lessons learned, can become strengths in their own right. For instance, instead of saying, "I'm terrible at managing stress and always fall apart," you might say, "Stress has been a challenge for me, but I've learned a lot about managing it through mindfulness and setting boundaries." The latter statement acknowledges the struggle while also demonstrating resilience and effort, which are qualities that inspire respect. Timing also plays a crucial role. Early in a relationship, it's natural to want to make a good impression and build rapport. This is not the stage to lay bare every insecurity or unresolved issue. Instead, focus on cultivating trust, understanding, and shared experiences. As the relationship matures, you can gradually share more of your vulnerabilities in a way that invites support rather than judgment. The key is to ensure that the other person has earned the right to hear your deeper truths through their actions, consistency, and commitment. It's also important to recognize the difference between authentic vulnerability and seeking validation. Authentic vulnerability is about sharing because it feels meaningful and appropriate, not because you need someone else to reassure you or fix you. The latter can create a dependency that undermines the independence and self-confidence essential to a healthy relationship. Building your own foundation of self-worth ensures that when you do reveal your challenges, it comes from a place of strength rather than need. Lastly, consider the energy and focus you bring into your relationships. Constantly highlighting your weaknesses can shift the dynamic from one of mutual growth and joy to one of emotional heaviness. Relationships should be a source of inspiration and support, not a constant reminder of what's lacking. By choosing to reveal your vulnerabilities selectively and thoughtfully, you allow space for the relationship to grow in a balanced and positive way. In summary, guarding your weaknesses is not about hiding your true self, but about presenting your authentic self in a way that commands respect and fosters connection. Vulnerability is a gift, one that should be shared with care and intention. By revealing only what strengthens the bond and protecting what needs nurturing, you create relationships built on trust, admiration, and mutual growth. When you approach your challenges with self-awareness and resilience, you empower yourself and inspire others to see the best in you. This balance, this careful dance between openness and discretion, is the foundation of meaningful and lasting connections. There's something undeniably captivating about ambition. It's the spark that lights up a room, the energy that draws people in, and the quality that makes others want to align themselves with you. When you have a plan for your life, it's like holding a treasure map, exciting, valuable, and deeply personal. But not every part of that map needs to be shared with others, especially not all at once. Revealing your entire plan, particularly before it has been put into motion or achieved, can often do more harm than good. It's a matter of timing, trust, and the delicate balance of maintaining control over your vision. When you share every detail of your plans, you expose them to the scrutiny and opinions of others. This can sometimes lead to unintended consequences. Even well-meaning individuals may project their own fears or limitations onto your vision, casting doubt where there was once confidence. They might say things like, "That sounds risky," or "Are you sure that's realistic?" These remarks, though often said with good intentions, can seep into your mindset and create unnecessary self-doubt. By keeping the specifics of your plan to yourself, you protect your dreams from the external noise that can cloud your focus and determination. Moreover, there's a certain power in privacy. Plans are like seeds; they need the right environment to grow. If exposed too soon to harsh conditions, like skepticism or negativity, they may wither before they have a chance to take root. When you reveal your entire plan, you risk allowing outside forces to interfere with its development. Whether it's unsolicited advice, criticism, or even envy, external input can derail your momentum and distract you from your goals. By keeping your plan private, you create a safe space where your ideas can flourish and mature without interference. Another consideration is the element of surprise. There's something incredibly effective about unveiling your achievements when they're already in progress or complete, rather than talking about them prematurely. It's the difference between saying, "I'm thinking about starting a business and I've launched my business and already secured my first clients." The latter carries far more weight and garners respect because it demonstrates action and results. Talking too much about what you intend to do can dilute its impact, making your aspirations feel more like idle talk than purposeful action. Revealing your entire plan can also create unnecessary pressure. When others know every detail of what you intend to achieve, it can feel like you're constantly being watched or judged. This pressure can make you second-guess yourself or feel the need to justify your decisions at every turn. Keeping your plan private allows you the freedom to adapt and evolve without the burden of external expectations. It gives you the flexibility to pivot if needed, without the fear of appearing inconsistent or failing in the eyes of others. Additionally, there's the issue of trust and vulnerability. Not everyone who seems supportive has your best interests at heart. Some people may unintentionally or even intentionally undermine your efforts. They might share your plans with others, use your ideas for their own gain, or subtly discourage you from pursuing them. By revealing only what's necessary and keeping the rest of your plan to yourself, you safeguard your vision and maintain control over your narrative. It's also worth noting that sharing too much too soon can create a sense of complacency. Talking about your plans often gives you a sense of accomplishment, as if you've already made progress simply by articulating them. This phenomenon, known as social reality, can reduce your motivation to take action because your brain interprets the act of sharing as a step toward achievement. By keeping your plans private, you avoid this pitfall and channel your energy into tangible progress rather than premature validation. The act of withholding details about your plan is not about being secretive or mistrustful. It's about being strategic. It's about understanding that not every idea needs immediate validation and not every step needs an audience. This doesn't mean you should never share your goals or seek support. It means you should do so selectively with people who have proven themselves trustworthy and invested in your success. Sharing your vision with the right individuals, mentors, close friends, or collaborators can provide valuable insights and encouragement without compromising your autonomy. Timing is another crucial factor. The best time to share details about your plan is when it aligns with action and results. For example, if you're launching a new project, it's far more impactful to reveal it when you've already made significant progress or achieved key milestones. This approach not only commands respect, but also minimizes the risk of premature judgment or interference. It allows you to present your plan as a well-thought-out and actionable endeavor rather than an abstract idea. Finally, consider the psychological and emotional benefits of keeping your plan private. There's a sense of empowerment that comes from knowing you're working towards something meaningful without needing constant external validation. It fosters self-reliance and builds confidence in your ability to navigate challenges independently. When you keep your plan to yourself, you also cultivate a sense of ownership over your vision, making it more personal and motivating. In summary, your plans are a reflection of your dreams, ambitions, and hard work. They deserve to be treated with care and discretion. By keeping your entire plan private, you protect it from external influence, preserve your energy for action, and maintain control over your narrative. It's not about secrecy, it's about strategy. It's about recognizing that the most powerful moves are often made quietly, with confidence and intention. When the time comes to reveal your plans, let your actions speak louder than your words, and let the results tell the story. Comparisons are an unavoidable part of human nature. From an early age, we're conditioned to measure ourselves and others against various benchmarks, whether it's through achievements, appearances, or relationships. But while comparisons may be an inherent part of how we process the world, they can also be incredibly destructive, especially in relationships. When it comes to romantic or personal connections, revealing comparisons, whether spoken explicitly or subtly implied, is one of the quickest ways to erode trust, respect, and emotional intimacy. In any relationship, people want to feel valued for who they are, not measured against someone else. When you compare someone to another person, whether it's an ex-partner, a friend's spouse, or even a public figure, you risk sending a message that they are not enough. Even if your intention is harmless or rooted in an innocent observation, the underlying implication can be deeply hurtful. For example, saying something like, "My friend's husband always plans surprise dates, why don't you ever do that?" Might seem like a harmless nudge, but to the person hearing it, it can feel like a judgment. Instead of motivating them, it often creates defensiveness, resentment, or feelings of inadequacy. One of the reasons comparisons are so damaging is that they shift the focus away from the unique qualities and strengths of the individual. Every person is different, with their own set of attributes, values, and ways of expressing love and care. By highlighting what someone else does better or differently, you inadvertently diminish the qualities that make the person in front of you special. It sends a signal that their efforts, no matter how genuine, are not enough to meet your expectations. Over time, this can chip away at their confidence and willingness to invest in the relationship. It's also important to recognize that comparisons can create a toxic cycle of competition. If someone feels that they are constantly being measured against others, they may begin to compete for validation, striving not out of genuine care but to prove their worth. This dynamic is unhealthy and unsustainable. Relationships thrive on collaboration, mutual respect, and appreciation, not on a scoreboard of who's doing better or falling short compared to an external standard. Another issue with revealing comparisons is that it often reflects more about the person making the comparison than the one being compared. When you find yourself pointing out what someone else is doing better, it's worth asking whether the root of the issue lies in your own unmet expectations, insecurities, or dissatisfaction. For instance, if you envy a friend's relationship and vocalize this envy through comparisons, it might be a sign that you're projecting your own frustrations rather than addressing the real issues within your relationship. In this sense, revealing comparisons can be a form of avoidance, focusing on others instead of taking accountability for what you need or want to improve. Relationships are also deeply personal, and the dynamics between two people are unique. What works for one couple may not work for another, and trying to mold your relationship into someone else's ideal is a recipe for disappointment. When you compare, you risk overlooking the qualities and dynamics that make your relationship meaningful and special. For example, while one couple might thrive on grand romantic gestures, another might find joy in quiet, everyday moments. By fixating on comparisons, you lose sight of the beauty in your own relationship and the unique ways it fulfills you. There's also the risk that comparisons can become habitual. Once you start revealing comparisons, it can be difficult to stop. This habit can seep into everyday conversations and interactions, creating a negative undercurrent that's hard to shake. Over time, the person being compared may begin to anticipate criticism or judgment, leading to tension and emotional distance. Instead of fostering an environment of trust and support, the relationship becomes a minefield of unspoken frustrations and unmet expectations. To break free from the habit of revealing comparisons, it's essential to shift your focus. Gratitude and appreciation are powerful antidotes to the negativity that comparisons bring. Instead of dwelling on what someone else is doing better, take time to reflect on what you value and appreciate in your partner or the person you're in a relationship with. Acknowledge their efforts, strengths, and the unique ways they contribute to your happiness. When you cultivate gratitude, you create a positive cycle that strengthens the bond between you and fosters a deeper connection. Another strategy is to communicate your needs and desires directly, without referencing others. If you wish for something in your relationship, express it as a personal preference rather than as a comparison. For instance, instead of saying, "Why don't you ever do what my friend's partner does?" try saying, "It would mean a lot to me if we could plan more special outings together." This approach focuses on your feelings and needs without invoking a sense of competition or inadequacy. It's a constructive way to address issues while preserving the integrity of the relationship. It's also worth considering the impact of comparisons on your own mindset. When you constantly compare, you're not just judging others, you're also reinforcing a scarcity mindset within yourself. This mindset suggests that what you have will never be enough, leading to a perpetual cycle of dissatisfaction. By shifting your perspective to one of abundance and gratitude, you can break free from this cycle and find greater contentment in your relationships and life. Lastly, it's important to recognize that no one is perfect, and every relationship has its challenges. The people and relationships you're comparing to often exist only in glimpses, social media posts, anecdotes, or surface-level interactions. What you don't see are the struggles, compromises, and imperfections that exist behind the scenes. By idealizing others and comparing them to your own reality, you create an unrealistic standard that no one can truly live up to. In conclusion, revealing comparisons in relationships is a practice best avoided. It undermines trust, diminishes individuality, and creates unnecessary tension. Instead, focus on fostering gratitude, clear communication, and a mindset of abundance. Celebrate the unique qualities of your relationship and the person you're with, and resist the urge to measure them against others. By doing so, you'll create a stronger, more fulfilling connection built on respect, appreciation, and authenticity. Independence is one of the most vital qualities a person can possess, not just in life, but especially within relationships. It is the foundation of self-respect, confidence, and the ability to contribute meaningfully to any partnership. While relationships thrive on mutual support and shared goals, maintaining your independence is crucial for fostering a healthy dynamic where both individuals feel valued, respected, and capable. Protecting your independence does not mean rejecting partnership or withholding vulnerability, rather. It's about cultivating a sense of self that exists outside the relationship, ensuring you remain a whole and fulfilled person in your own right. One of the key reasons to safeguard your independence is that it ensures balance in the relationship. When one person becomes overly dependent on the other emotionally, financially, or otherwise, it can lead to an imbalance of power. This dynamic may start innocently, with one partner taking on a larger role in decision-making or providing support. But over time, it can create resentment or diminish the dependent partner's confidence. Independence allows both individuals to contribute equally to the relationship, creating a partnership built on mutual respect rather than obligation. Independence also fosters a deeper sense of self-worth. When you maintain your own goals, interests, and identity, you cultivate a life that is fulfilling and meaningful regardless of your relationship status. This is important because relying solely on a partner for validation or purpose can leave you vulnerable to insecurity and unhappiness if the relationship faces challenges. A strong sense of independence acts as a buffer, allowing you to navigate difficulties with resilience and self-assurance. It reinforces the idea that your worth is not contingent on someone else's approval, but is rooted in your own achievements and values. Another important aspect of protecting your independence is that it keeps the relationship dynamic and engaging. When both partners bring their own experiences, perspectives, and passions to the table, it enriches the connection. Independence allows you to grow as an individual, and that growth naturally spills over into the relationship. It prevents stagnation by ensuring that both people continue to evolve, learn, and bring new energy to the partnership. For example, pursuing a personal hobby or advancing in your career can spark interesting conversations, inspire your partner, and even create opportunities for shared experiences. Maintaining independence also helps set healthy boundaries within the relationship. Boundaries are essential for ensuring that both individuals feel respected and understood. Without independence, it can become easy to blur the lines between healthy support and over-reliance. For instance, while it's natural to lean on a partner during tough times, it's equally important to know when to rely on yourself or seek external resources. This balance prevents burnout and ensures that the relationship remains a source of joy and support, rather than pressure or dependency. Protecting your independence doesn't mean you avoid vulnerability or refuse help when you need it. Instead, it's about knowing when and how to seek support in a way that strengthens the relationship rather than diminishing your sense of self. For example, sharing a problem with your partner is a sign of trust, but expecting them to solve every issue can place undue strain on the relationship. By maintaining your independence, you demonstrate that while you value their input, you are also capable of addressing challenges on your own. Financial independence is a particularly important aspect of protecting your overall autonomy. While many couples choose to merge finances or share responsibilities, maintaining some level of financial freedom ensures that you always have the ability to make choices that align with your values and priorities. It eliminates the risk of feeling trapped in a situation due to financial constraints and empowers you to contribute equally to the partnership. This doesn't mean keeping secrets about money, rather, it means having the resources and knowledge to make decisions confidently and independently. Independence also plays a critical role in building and maintaining self-confidence. When you achieve goals on your own, solve problems independently, or pursue your passions, it reinforces your belief in your abilities. This confidence naturally enhances your relationship because it allows you to engage with your partner as an equal rather than seeking constant reassurance or approval. It creates a dynamic where both individuals feel empowered and secure in their contributions, strengthening the bond between them. Furthermore, independence helps prevent the loss of identity that can sometimes occur in relationships. It's easy to fall into the trap of defining yourself solely by your role within the partnership, whether as a spouse, parent, or significant other. While these roles are important, they should not overshadow your individuality. Maintaining your independence ensures that you continue to prioritize your own needs, interests, and aspirations, even as you invest in the relationship. It allows you to remain true to yourself while also being a supportive and loving partner. One of the greatest benefits of protecting your independence is that it sets a positive example for others, including your partner. When you demonstrate self-reliance, confidence, and a commitment to personal growth, it inspires those around you to do the same. In relationships, this can create a powerful synergy where both individuals uplift and motivate each other to reach their full potential. It fosters an environment of mutual encouragement and respect, strengthening the partnership as a whole. Finally, independence ensures that you are prepared for life's uncertainties. Relationships, no matter how strong, can face challenges or changes over time. By maintaining your independence, you build a foundation that allows you to adapt and thrive, regardless of the circumstances. It ensures that you can weather difficulties with grace and continue to live a fulfilling life, even if the relationship dynamic shifts. In conclusion, protecting your independence is not a rejection of partnership, but a celebration of your individuality. It allows you to contribute fully to the relationship, maintain balance and respect, and cultivate a sense of self-worth that is unshakable. Independence enriches both your life and your partnership, creating a dynamic where both individuals can grow, support each other, and thrive together. By prioritizing your own goals, interests, and identity, you create a relationship built on mutual admiration and strength, ensuring a lasting and meaningful connection. Timing is a force that can shape our lives, influence our decisions, and even determine the success or failure of our endeavors. Whether in business, relationships, or personal growth, knowing when to act, when to hold back, and when to wait can make all the difference. The power of timing is subtle yet profound. It's the skill of understanding that not every opportunity needs immediate action, nor does every situation demand an instant response. Recognizing the importance of timing requires patience, self-awareness, and a deep understanding of the environment around us. One of the primary reasons timing holds so much power is because it dictates the quality of the outcome. When we act too soon, we often find ourselves unprepared or overwhelmed by circumstances that could have been avoided with a little more foresight. Conversely, waiting too long to act can result in missed opportunities, leaving us watching as others move forward while we remain stagnant. The sweet spot lies somewhere in between, where careful consideration meets decisive action. In the context of relationships, timing can be the difference between building a deep, lasting connection and prematurely forcing a bond that isn't ready to take root. There are moments in any relationship when speaking up, taking initiative, or expressing a feeling is the right thing to do. However, there are also moments when silence, patience, or reflection will yield better results. For example, consider a relationship in its early stages. It's important to allow things to unfold organically without rushing into intense emotional declarations or making long-term commitments. Giving time for the relationship to grow naturally can lead to a stronger foundation built on trust and mutual understanding. Similarly, timing plays a crucial role in navigating conflicts. There are moments when a calm, thoughtful conversation can resolve an issue, but attempting to address a problem in the heat of the moment, when emotions are running high, can escalate the situation and create further distance. In business and professional endeavors, the power of timing can be seen in the way entrepreneurs and leaders approach market trends, product launches, or even career decisions. The timing of an idea can determine whether it becomes the next big thing or falls flat. Launching a product too early before it has been properly refined can result in failure. On the other hand, delaying the release of a product that is in high demand can cause competitors to take the lead and steal the market share. Successful business people understand that it's not just about having a great idea, but about knowing when to introduce that idea to the world. Timing also influences negotiations, partnerships, and decision-making. Knowing when to negotiate hard and when to step back and let the other party come to you can significantly affect the outcome of a deal. Understanding the power of timing also extends to personal growth and development. Sometimes the right opportunity for learning or change only presents itself at certain moments in life. Many people have experienced the feeling of being ready for something, only to realize that they were not prepared for it yet. This doesn't mean they won't be ready in the future, but it's a reminder that growth happens in stages. Rushing through those stages or pushing oneself into situations before they are mentally or emotionally prepared can lead to burnout, frustration, or failure. Embracing the power of timing means recognizing when you need to learn more, build more experience, or simply wait for the right moment to act. Part of mastering timing is understanding the rhythm of life, knowing when things naturally fall into place and when external forces may affect the flow. This is why self-awareness plays such a critical role in recognizing the power of timing. A person who is in tune with themselves can sense when a particular action is aligned with their personal goals and values. They can feel when it's the right time to step forward and take a risk and when it's time to pull back and gather more information. This internal compass is refined through experience, introspection, and the lessons learned from past successes and failures. Moreover, timing also involves the ability to read the environment. In any given situation, there are external factors, social, economic, or even environmental, that play a significant role in determining whether a decision will be successful. For example, during times of economic recession, launching a luxury brand might not be the best move, whereas during a boom period, it could be the perfect opportunity. Similarly, in relationships, the timing of sharing your feelings or making a big decision often depends on the other person's emotional state, readiness, or life circumstances. Recognizing these subtle signals can make the difference between successful communication and miscommunication, between seizing an opportunity and missing it. Knowing the power of timing also involves the humility to wait. Patience is not simply the absence of action, but the understanding that sometimes waiting for the right moment is the most powerful thing you can do. For example, someone might be eager to advance in their career, but must first learn and grow in their current role. By pushing too hard or trying to force an advancement that isn't yet deserved, they risk damaging their reputation or burning bridges. Instead, patiently working to build expertise and waiting for the right opportunity to come can lead to even greater success. Timing allows us to take action when it's most effective, without rushing or forcing situations that aren't aligned with the moment. In addition to patience, timing also requires decisiveness. Once the right moment is identified, it's crucial to act with confidence. Procrastination or hesitation can cause us to miss opportunities altogether. Knowing when to act decisively is just as important as knowing when to wait. It's the ability to recognize the opening when it presents itself and take full advantage of it. This decisiveness is often honed through experience, where people learn from both their successes and their mistakes, refining their ability to sense the right time to act. Ultimately, mastering the power of timing means understanding the ebb and flow of life, when to push forward and when to pause. It means being present, attentive, and aware of both internal and external factors that influence decisions and outcomes. It's the wisdom to know that not every moment is the right moment, and that sometimes the best course of action is to wait until the circumstances align. By recognizing the power of timing, we empower ourselves to make decisions that are not just based on immediate impulses, but on a deeper sense of when it's truly the right time to act. In conclusion, timing is more than just a tactical advantage. It's a powerful force that can shape the course of our lives. By mastering timing, we enhance our ability to make decisions, seize opportunities, and navigate the complexities of life and relationships with wisdom and effectiveness. It's not just about acting at the right time. It's about knowing when to step back, when to wait, and when to seize the moment with clarity and confidence. Timing, when understood and embraced, becomes a guiding principle that leads to better outcomes in every aspect of life.